Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and I'm picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Yesterday's episode, I went rather late and didn't have much of an audience as a result. So starting up a little bit earlier. I mean, it's still late night for me. It's coming up to midnight, but this has shown itself to be a decent time for getting an audience, funnily enough, in the past, so let's try it again. Anyway, getting back into DDLC, here we go. Maybe we'll get some new, like, Act 2 glitch effects and stuff. He is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. That message is supposed to, or at least sometimes gets randomized in Act 2. I've seen the codes and I know there are other messages anyway. I hope that isn't one of the things I need to do to 100% this, get all the secret messages. I doubt it. Anyway, yeah, we're just finishing up Natsuki's route here. So here we go. Email. Flying. Anime. 1111. It's just adding ones. Hop. Mouse. Twirl. Silly? No, nibble. Giggle. Swimsuit. Kawaii. I don't know. I'm not going to count the ones. I don't know how far I am into it. Just going to keep going. Nightgown. Sweet. Boop. It's funny, all the Natsuki words are showing up now. You know, when I was playing in Act 1 and trying to get 20 Natsuki words, it wasn't working for me. Jumpy. Party. Bunny. There we go. This Sari hanging background is still there. Or it's there again. Alright, here we go. Here's where Yuri goes full yonder. Here we go. Hi, Tormuse. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. Careful, Natsuki, your gay is showing. Someone suggested that you know, Natsuki does have some secret leanings towards, you know, interesting girls. I mean, her initial negative reaction to a boy being brought into the club, her embarrassment when Sayori touches her, the comments about Yuri having a quote-unquote mature and sexy figure, and like this, wanting a girl to join the club. There's kind of a lot of that in there. Anyway, yeah, I think Dan Salvato was hinting at stuff in there. Moving on. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Aw, poor Natsuki. And it had the glitched out text there, which seems to imply that... I mean, does that mean that Monica's changing things? Or I wonder... I mean, I don't know. In the last episode, I kind of wondered aloud if Yuri is somehow subconsciously changing things. And she's reacting to reacting to Natsuki trying to like get in her business. She doesn't want that. Because these lines are different if you go through your I'll show afterward. Anyway, moving on. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Are you practicing piano again? Yeah, haha. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival, too. Anyway, Toymuse, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Yonder eyes again. Toymuse is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yeah, Monica's just getting more and more fed up with everything at this point. That message in the game files when she's getting like upset with everyone. And there's something else I was going to say. Shoot, what was it? I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, moving on. Yes, thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was going to say. MC has almost no lines in this scene. Like, it's Yuri and Natsuki talking there. He says, not at all. And then, if there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, kind of the filter inside. Can you hold this for? Okay, this is copy paste from Act 1. Long legs, methodical. Makes me right back. Ah, I might as well walk with you. That's okay. This is different from Act 1 though. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. There's Monica knows exactly what Yuri's doing, but she's sticking her nose in anyway. I kind of wonder about her motivations sometimes. I mean, I know what her overall motivations are, but anyway, moving on. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. These are the music changes, yeah. I want the echoey effect. Let's see, the most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing? Sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Yeah. Ah, poor Yuri. This sprite. In my opinion, it gets way overused in the community. Even when in her Act 1 persona, I mean, in my mind, this degree of cutting this is her she it's pretty clearly implied that she has a cutting habit in Act 1, but it's also, I think, pretty heavily implied that it's not this bad. This is a result of Monica's tampering that she's doing this, making it much worse than before. So yeah, yeah, and they're like, multiple fresh cuts on there, like she just made them. Yeah, I don't know, it's sad. I mean, it's the whole concept of like Monica just breaking her brain and making her do these things when she doesn't want to is just kind of, it's kind of horrifying. I mean, I don't know, so that's why I wrote Storm, or part of why I did. It's yeah, anyway, I should move on. I'm back. It just rewound everything. All that's left in the history is Yuri said it would take like 10 minutes past ... It even cut out Monica's lines. No, wait, it's... Oh no, it's... Oh, it's like a palindrome here, I think. Whoa, wild. Okay, so it has the lines here, and then it has the lines in reverse. Okay, that's I believe that's different from the original DDLC. I actually wonder if that's an error then. I feel like I should be taking notes because I don't think. I mean, assuming Dan Salvato intended for this to be the same as the original game, then this dialogue, this stuff here is supposed to be cut out, because that's what the game does. The original game, it periodically erases bits of the history to you know, tie into the fact that the game is breaking down and stuff. Oh well. And we're moving on. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Tormes, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees, presumably Fahrenheit. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything any less when I'm making tea for others. And yeah, this is more Act 1 dialogue. Just this is copy paste from Act 1. This is very endearing. That's Heroes and King. You got with this. Gives another request. You send the floor. A bit easier on my back because of my posture. Your posture, right? Yes, that's what it is. It's not my boobs at all. And the chocolates. Can't see too well. He already slides over until his shoulders are touching. There's that cute little dip move there. There's the teacup. Touching your chest. Focus on reading. Relax a little. Get one of the chocolates. Briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Yeah, are you sure? Well, if I didn't touch pages, this is all same. Copy paste. It's all the same. On into the CG. And then I take another chocolate. Hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation is completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Tormes, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. And the music stops just to make it more ominous. I can't. Tormes. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Tormes, my heart won't stop pounding, Tormes. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Tormes? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? There's that heartbeat effect. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, that heartbeat effect, it's noticeably smoother than in the original game, for better or for worse. Oh well. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Nice. But it's hard to see because it's dark, but the other eyes are moving. It's time to share poems. Yeah, judging from the... I mean, I didn't pick up on it the first time playing this, but the sounds of the closet doors closing and opening, I think it's supposed to imply that that she pulled him into the closet. You shouldn't kick people out of the closet, Monica. That's just rude. Anyway, moving right along. Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Oh, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. Still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, no, I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So, at least read mine too, for now. But, just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? Oh wow. Here we go. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that. But right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it, so I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. And, yes, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this, you know, quote unquote poem. Like, like, I mean, there's the fact that, again, Natsuki's being uncharacteristically vulnerable here, letting her know what she really thinks and feels. You know, saying that, you know, saying that she secretly wanted to be friends with Yuri all along. Admitting that it hurts her to see Yuri hurt. You know, this poem is an act of desperation because Natsuki does not like talking about her feelings, and you know, you can tell like things must have been like really bad to push her to write this. And I played on that in my mod Storm as well. But yeah, and it also, the bit about Monica is interesting because it shows that Natsuki is aware to some degree about Monica's tampering, or at least is aware that you know, Monica is what am I trying to say here? Like, even if she isn't aware that Monica is responsible, she at least is aware that Monica knows more than she's letting on. Like Natsuki knows that something is wrong, and that's, you know, I find that very interesting. It kind of flies in the face of Monica's insistence that that nothing is real and nobody is real in the club, and you know, like because Natsuki's reacting dynamically to what's going on around her, and she knows that something's up, and is trying to work against Monica, at least, you know, as far as she's able to, when she doesn't really know what's going on. But yeah, it's so sad. Like, Natsuki wants to help, and she's trying to in the only way she can think of how, and but she's giving this poem to MC, who is just useless. So nothing good comes of it. Oh well. But apparently Monica caught on to what's happening here, because I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Tormuse? If you just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Oh, that's brilliant. And that's the line that's also launched 1,000 memes. Hey, Slender. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I saw your comment on the last one. Yeah, sorry, yesterday's stream was rather late. I mean, even later than usual. So, yeah, I tried to go earlier this time. But yeah, you haven't missed much. I just we just got to the Just Monica part. Yeah, just finishing up Natsuki's route, and then I'm gonna do Yuri's route of Launch 1,000 memes and a song. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There is a song entitled Just Monica based on this. It's a very good one, actually. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it's by Oreo, I think is the name she goes by. Oreo and somebody. I think there are a few names in the. I don't know. Just the name Oreo stands out in my memory. Anyway, it's worth looking up. It goes on. Moving on. And here's Yuri. Oh yeah, this is her like super creepy poem. Finally, Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Tormuse, I want to take us home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. And there it is. That's the last line that MC has in the whole game. You're too nice to me, Tormuse. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? The eyes that just flashed up there. Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take us home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Yeah, this is... Yeah, Yuri's, again, like her brain is being broken, and it's at the point where she's so far gone that this seems like a romantic thing to say to her, and this isn't even the worst of it yet. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. This is actual text. A majority of it is just totally random words, kind of like the Mibel sailcloth stuff that Natsuki was saying in that weird glitchy effect before. But there is some actual text at the bottom of it. Shoot. Sorry, because it's probably hard to pick out. Okay, there it is. Fresh blood seeps through the whole. Wait, sorry. Fresh blood seeps through the line, parting her. Shoot. Her yeah, this is hard to read. Slowly colors her breast red. I don't know. It's readable. It's more readable in the actual game files. But yeah, it's covered in blood and some unknown yellow fluid. Maybe it's tea. Maybe it's something else. Moving on. Brilliant. Is my imagination, or is the image more vivid than before? Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? Oh. Nifty. I think I'm going to vomit. And that bit right there, that's or unknown, sure. Tormes, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. She looks mad. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. It's kind of grim. I mean, it's like we already knew it was happening, but it's just sort of off that Monika talks about it so so casually, which again sort of feeds into the whole sociopath thing. Like she's just lacks basic human empathy. Isn't that kind of messed up? Like, yeah, kind of an understatement there, Monika. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. Might even be like a sexual thing. And this bit here, this is the part that bugs me the most about how Dan handles Yuri's cutting habit. Because, like I said it before, I'll say it again. Like, there are a multitude of possible explanations for why Yuri might self-harm. We don't ever get an explanation of it. This is the closest thing we get in-game to an explanation, and it's from Monika. It's an unreliable source. Monika is a liar. She's saying whatever she thinks she needs to say to, drive the play. Oh, the music's fading. And it's coming back again. It keeps doing that. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. Dan, I think DDLC Plus needs some work. if for it to get the same look and feel of the original. Oh well. Anyway, but yeah, like she brushes off as a sexual thing, and this sort of feeds into. I mean, it feeds into all kinds of fan fiction, fan theories, and a lot of art is based on it being a sexual thing. And I just personally, I think that does a disservice to anyone in real life who self-harms, because it's like in real life, like self-harm, it's a destructive coping mechanism. I mean, it's just like anything. It's a coping mechanism. It's for to help people deal with, stress or whatever. There's a reason for it. It generally stems from depression, even though Monika explicitly says it's definitely not because she's depressed. But in real life, it generally stems from depression. With I mean, I shouldn't say always, because there are exceptions to everything, but yeah, I just feel like this game, Doki Doki Literature Club in general, sadly and grossly misrepresents the whole subject of self-harm. I think that's unfortunate, because Dan did a really good job of representing other other things like depression and suicidal ideation and so on. So yeah, I don't know. I just this bugged me when I played the game the first time, and yeah, it still bugs me. And I mean, it's a big part of why I wrote Storm. So I wanted to handle the whole subject of self-harm. I don't want to say better, but differently. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. Enabling her? And this is a weird bit of Monika blaming the MC. Like, what do you mean enabling her? Like, how can you enable someone to do something that you don't even know about? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, is the music fading out again? Is it gonna come back? That's weird. Did did they lose the loop point in the song? Were they unable to get it to loop properly? So they decided to fade it out and start over at the beginning? Strange. Anyway, yeah, I mean, enabling is a real thing. I mean, it's a term used in what am I trying to say here? It's like if someone has some kind of self-destructive habit or coping mechanism, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be self-harm. It could be, I don't know, sleeping in too frequently, like Sayori does, for instance. Enabling means you're encouraging them to do it, or at least failing to discourage them in occasions when you should. Yeah, or like I said, it could be anything. It could be alcoholism. It could be like any kind of habit which is not helpful, and is like it's a coping mechanism for dealing with whatever they're going through, but it's something but it makes things worse. So like it's just kind of funny to be like enabling her, like, but we didn't, like, it's not like we encouraged her to cut herself. It's not like we even knew about the knife. Like, what do you mean we're enabling her? Come on. I mean, if anything, Monica's enabling her, but that's another story. Moving on. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Do you have it together in your head? I don't know, Monica. Moving on. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Your PC ran into a problem, needs to restart. We're just clicking some error info. Another software is 0% complete. What did that say? If you'd like to know more, you can search. Okay, she's covering it up now, but it says if you'd like to know more, you search for DDLC escape plan failed. Monica explains in Act 3 that this was supposedly an attempt on her part to code a way out of that would somehow allow her to escape the game, but instead she just broke something. Oops. Oh well. Anyway. Geez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at writing this poem. I was just trying to... never mind. Let's just move on. It's about the special poem, and this time it doesn't even ask a question, just yes or no. And I believe it shows the poem regardless of which one you choose. And Chemistry Cat's here, welcome. Interesting, so the DDLC version of Plus still has the Windows error. The Switch version has her pop back in with the glitchy effect of the page still there instead of mimicking an air screen. Yeah, so it seems. Excuse me. And let's just say yes. Can you hear? What? It's the Can You Hear Me poem twice? So they're truly random. I assumed that it would choose 3 different poems. Oh, that sucks. Then if you get really unlucky, you might get the same poem 3 times, which means that that makes it a lot hard. That's going to make it a lot harder to get all 11 of these things if I do try to 100% this thing. That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate design decision, Dan. And I'm going to have to check the original code. I think it is supposed to not choose the same one twice in one playthrough. I think it's explicitly supposed to not do that. So I don't know. I think this might be a bug. They showed the Can You Hear Me poem twice. And there's the laugh again. Oh well. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Yeah. I'll carry on up to the point where you're alone with Yuri, and then I'll reload, because there are some differences in the dialogue here. Most notably, Natsuki doesn't have anything to say here, for one thing. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Oh, isn't that laugh supposed to be Yuri's? Is it? Is it supposed to be Yuri's? Maybe. Maybe it's supposed to be Monica's. Anyway. I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. And then Natsuki's silent. Yeah, if you go the Yuri route, Natsuki has lines here. But this time around, I don't know, like Natsuki's just been beaten into submission, I guess. She's just given up and everything. Yuri, you can, well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. It's kind of funny. Yuri says I'm not useless, whereas in Act 1 she says I'm useless in response to Monica trying to come up with something. Kimchi Cat says, "Yep, I calculated the odds for getting a specific special poem in a run, roughly 1 in 4. It's also 1 in 121 that you get a dupe, and 1 in 1,331 that you get 3 of the same." I think it's supposed to be Monica. Yeah, I thought it was Monica's laugh. Yeah. Anyway, yes, I got the bad 1 in 121 chance, I guess. It's just where your reality plays. Yeah. Not useless. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. In just before your reality plays, that's right. In the finale, she says, "Can you hear me?" Anyway, I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion, so I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. It's interesting that she comes up with that on her own, whereas in Act 1, Monica comes up with it. It kind of makes me wonder, is Yuri remembering what happened in Act 1, or is she sort of predestined to come up with that? Like, the game sort of forces her to say it. Or did Monica suddenly manipulate her to say it? You know, they're just... there's some questions there. It's a rather curious thing that plays out like that. Anyway, there, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Eh? What about Tormuse? Tormuse is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Tormuse around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Printed the pamphlets this area in Act 1. Yeah. Yep. So there's only saying that because Yuri's off the wall is borderline psychotic. And of course, that's assuming each special poem has equal odds, which I believe they do. Yeah, I have to look in the original code, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm curious about that now, actually. I'll have to look it up. I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Tormuse decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Tormuse make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Tormuse, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. For God's sake. Oh, that's interesting. That's a different line. In the original DDLC, Monica says Jesus Christ right here, and this time she says for God's sake. That's curious. That's an interesting change. I don't know. Did Dan decide he needed a stronger religious phrase or something? Did he not want to take Jesus' name in vain or something? But for after all the times she said "jeez" throughout the game, and also generally G in God is supposed to be capitalized. If you're talking about Christian God, but whatever. Didn't even do anything in laugh track plays. Yeah. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Yeah, and it's just trying to drag. If the mouse cursor is down here, it doesn't move. But if I move it above, if I move it up here, it moves towards Monica. Nice. Well, I guess I'll keep with just see if I can keep with the Natsuki root theme. Maybe I should save first. Oh. Okay. For a second there, I thought maybe it wasn't going to let me save it. I was trying to get Natsuki. I got Yuri instead. Come on. Wait. I want to try again. Huh. Okay, for a second it's like, maybe it won't let me select Natsuki. Monica. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair, giving us all this work and then taking Tormuse for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. The music's stopping. I'm being unreasonable? Those eyes. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are, pulling Tormuse away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It'd be beneficial to your mental health. Yeah, that's a bit of yeah. Monica actually did consider killing herself. I mean, that was actually, that was already made explicit in one of the game files that I looked at in the last episode. But it's also made even more explicit in Act 3. But yeah. Anyway, it'd be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See? That wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Tormuse. Yuri's really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Okay. So I'm going to save it. And at this point, I'm going to reload. Because, oh, right. So, yeah, time to do this. Oh, that's the autosave. Time to do the Yuri route, because there is it G's or G's? I've seen those two floating around. I mean, it's a slang word. It's short for Jesus. It's so it could be either or, I guess. I mean, I guess spelled with a J if it's short for Jesus, but but also, I mean, yeah, like sometimes people will say, like, you know, like the old timey kind of thing, say G, like just G is spelled G-E-E, or golly G, as an expression of I don't know, some kind of interjection. I don't know. It could be. I guess it depends which origin you're choosing for the word. Anyway, let's see if we can go for Yuri this time. Tenacious, and I'm gonna breeze through a lot of this. I just wanna melancholy, wrath, uncontrollable, horror, intellectual, heaven sent, determination, landscape, vivacious, unending, grief, crimson, after image of a crimson eye, disoriented, vertigo, agonizing, unrestrained. There you go, 20 Yuri words. So yeah, I'm gonna be skipping through a lot of this. Just want to. Oh yeah, this is. Oh, that's different. Hey, that's interesting. Skipping and then stopping skipping while she's in the middle of doing her bobbing thing makes her appear down here. That's kind of funny. Oh yeah, and this is the bit where it's slowly zooming in, and the music is getting faster and faster. Manga's literature. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't skip just so I don't miss any glitch effects. Just stop zooming in. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. The Telltale Leo, yeah. The yeah, during Natsuki's route, it starts with Natsuki, and then after the closet scene, Yuri just pulls you out, and then the game breaks, and it's in her route. But so this bit's different. Catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. But this time around, without the game breaking it, I think it's just this is just Act 1's copy paste stuff. Interesting. Oh, now it got to the skip part. I mean, I guess I'll click skip. Whoops. I guess I'll keep skipping. I think there was Yuri ran out of the room. So it's the same. It was the same as the what happened after the second poem thing in the last time around. So anyway, let's show to Natsuki. Let's see what she has to say this time. Timers, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? Why, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Yeah, this is copy paste from Act 1, so I'm just gonna breeze through this. Yeah, it's Eagles Can Fly. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I think this is all the same. And then Monica. Yeah, everything. I'm always listening. Yeah, this is the same. Just want to see what she has to say. So, yeah, reaction to Yuri. And just saying that Yuri's detached from reality. Whoop. There's a weird pause before she actually showed up. Is that my processor chugging, or is it just... it's just the wall again. Yeah, so I think that's all the same. Yuri should exceptional. Yeah, this is gonna be copy paste from Act 1 here, I think. And the argument is going to be the same, but I'll This is wild. I actually do like this addition. This addition that they move closer and closer together, in addition to zooming in on them. Oh, okay, clicking on the button doesn't do anything now. Hey Tremies, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? So yeah, so that's all. This is the same. Natsuki ends up crying. Yuri's all, I didn't mean it. Maka face pop was funny every time, no kidding. Yeah, Natsuki's going to forget completely. Vice President. Sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. Alright. Unrestrained. Contamination. I guess I'll pick the glitch word. Entropy. Horror. Incongruent. Electricity. Misfortune. Agonizing. Imagination. Afterimage. Vibrant. Philosophy. Intellectual. Determination. Incapable. Melancholy. Effulgent. I had to look that word up. Oh. Look up the word effulgent. It's kind of like shiny, like... Anyway. Is the poem Panic in Act 2 been updated? It sounds different. I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's different from vanilla DDLC. Like, it is... The poem Panic in Act 2 is different from the poem Panic in Act 1. Because because for the beginning bit, when they start their argument, it has to have a different loop point so it can line up with the new one, with the new bit that goes faster and faster and goes nuts. Excuse me. Anyway, get more comfortable. Usual scene greets me. Welcome back to her. Oh, hey, she isn't all broken up this time. Yeah, this is it's all the same as before. Yeah, I probably shouldn't hit the skip button just because I might miss some glitch effects. And she didn't do the Mybel sailcloth stuff this time. Then Monica comes in. That's another curious change between Act 1 and Act 2. Like, here Natsuki's acting concerned for Monika, but in Act 1 she wasn't. Like, she says, don't worry about it, she's probably with her boyfriend or something. Yeah, I kind of wonder about that. Could indicate something about Natsuki's character. Okay, so this should change from this point on. Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Tormuse, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Yeah. In the Natsuki route, he says, "Oh, I should check on Natsuki because last time, blah blah blah." And then Yuri cuts them off and says, "She's fine. She's reading over there. We're going this way." And then the screen blanks. But this time he says, "I planned on it anyway." Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. And this is the same thing from the third day, well, the fourth day in the Natsuki route. 10 minutes pass, something holding her up and bored. The muted music while the walking in on Yuri. Hey, Slayer's here. Natsuki best girl though. Sorry, you missed when I did the Natsuki route, but it's probably just as well because the Act 2 Natsuki route is not nice to Natsuki. It really isn't. You're going to around it, Yuri? Yeah. And yeah, this is still weird. It didn't. The history turns into a palindrome instead of you doing the delete stuff that it does in the vanilla DDLC. Oh well. Yeah, just breezing through this because this is the same as before. I guess for myself one day. Yeah, I mean, I'm from what I've heard, Slayer. There's a lot of neat new stuff. I'm just sort of doing a retrospective of the original content first. I'm in the process of unlocking the side stories. Once I've finished with this, I'm gonna go through the side stories, and that should be neat. But yeah, for right now, this is yeah. I need. There's just two. I believe there are just 2 more CGs that I have to unlock in order to unlock the rest of the side stories. If it works the way I understand it. Anyway, moving on. This is all the same as before. My posture. Yeah. And the chocolates. Yeah, this line is almost identical to the dialogue from Act 1, except that in Act 1, MC makes a comment about I kept the chocolate off of Sayori's candy radar. I wonder if her cutting is explained in the side stories. Oh, interesting question. I kind of doubt it, but I don't know. I mean, it would be very interesting if it does deal with it. I don't know if Dan would go there. Like, I was sort of under the impression that they're just sweet little side stories. I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. I'm just let's just try to pick up the pace. Let's just get through this. Go up to Yuri. Let's go over the chocolate. It's apparently a really good chocolate. And then Yuri has her freak out moment, pulls them into the closet. I can't focus on anything. Can you feel it? Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. I just want to look at you. That Candy Radar's military crate is too powerful. Yes, well said, Slender. Yeah, instantly, the arrival of I'm the real Slayer is the reason I refer to you as Slender and not Slayer there, Slender Slayer, because I figure I need to distinguish you two. If I refer to you as Slayer, then people might not know who I'm talking to. Anyway, it's time to share poems. I'm gonna save it. Got lots of save slots, might as well. And Natsuki's really not gonna like it. Yeah, just as I thought. Terminus, come on, I'm not stupid. I know how much time you've been spending with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are we even in this club, Tormuse? Honestly, I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together, not exclude each other even more. This is such a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today. I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away. Yeah, so that's Natsuki's being more hostile than she is in Act 1. And then there's Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri says the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Tormuse, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques with practicing, and okay, this is more copy paste. Yeah, this is like there you go. I was about to say this looks identical to Act 1, but I don't think this is. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Tormuse. But that's not an Act 1 line. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Tormuse? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed, but right now I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? And there's Wheel. And I already read it in the last episode. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. This is the same as before. Explain about this poem with it. Now you're touching it. I'm okay. Can we just pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. And then there's just Monica left. Tormuse, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Yeah, this is the same as before. That kind of messed up. Is Monica grossly misrepresenting the entire subject of self-harm? Or the concept of enabling? And there's save me, delete her, same as before. And she's gonna glitch. Oh, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That bit's so ominous. And this is just going to say, can you hear me? Oh yeah, she just said, can you hear me? And then, can you hear me? Hey, neat. Ooh, this is one of the rare glitch effects. This one doesn't show up every time. Against the not only is the music muted, but they're weird gushy sounds. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it. Anyway. Couldn't read each other's poems. We have just something to go over today. This is gonna be the same thing, I think. It's a concern. Whoa, it's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Yeah, okay, that's all the same. Scary members. Yes, returns. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is all the same. Incidentally, I haven't commented on it so far this point, but this song here, the one called My Feelings, it still has. Dun, 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 dun. It's sort of it's still a remix of the original song. Like everything, like every song, or at least most of the songs in this are like some kind of remix of Your Reality. Like the main menu theme, the main club theme. This song, My Feelings, My Confession, is also sort of a bit of a has some elements of the song in there, and even the Act 3, Monica's Room, the song that plays there has elements of that song in there too, which is why Dan wanted to write all the music himself, or why he didn't commission anyone else to do it. He wanted to get everything just right in the sense of having it all fit together. I don't know. I just think that's really neat. Dan's a talented guy. Like in addition to the writing and the coding, his work on the music is just spot on. It really works really well. And this is all yeesh. This is all the same as when you did the Yatsuki route. Yeah, this is all the same. Like, even though the skip option isn't there, the skip option doesn't function the way it's supposed to. It seems there are a lot of places in DDLC Plus where it seems to break. Wait, not yet. No, stop it. Anyway, it's just one more day to breeze through, and then I'll move on to Act 3. Okay. Frightening. Graveyard. Contamination. Misfortune. Analysis. It's doing the 111 thing. Massacre. Eternity. Hey, there's little Monica. Little chibi Monica jumping off the bottom there. That's another rare effect. Ooh, blood. Oh yeah. It's the cut Yuri chibi. That's another rare effect. Unstable. Yeah. And you can see it, like when she jumps up and down, you can see both her arms are cut. How sad. Because Cat says DDLC does really cool musical storytelling, with the piano being so oppressive to represent Monica's omnipresence too. Yeah. Suicide. Monica's jumped again. Tenacious. Defeat. Judgment. Philosophy. Fester. Climax. Climax made Monica jump. Incapable. Imagination. Universe. Depression. There were 4 Monica words in there apparently so far. Except for the screen effect, the red one, but yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that was something. There's another. That's another rare glitch effect. Climax made Monica jump. Yeah. Make mommy's tea today. Monica. You consider as usual. So do the right space. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is interesting. This bit is different in the Yuri route. What's gotten into you today? And she says, me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. And then Monica comes in. So yeah, that little exchange, it's interesting. Yuri's more defensive this time, and Natsuki's a little more sympathetic. And it didn't have that's in the Natsuki route. That was when Yuri tells Natsuki to nobody cares, go look for money under the vending machines. Like Yuri's just more hostile towards Natsuki if you pick Natsuki first. Anyway. Just continue pressing piano. This is the same, except this time Natsuki's here. She didn't cry and run away this time. Motivates me to work hard for the festival and Right, I forgot about that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday, and well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we are all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. It was a little more hostile than I meant to be. Yeah, and this is interesting too. Like, Yuri promising to buy her a manga, that's kind of sweet. Like if you don't pick Natsuki, then Yuri doesn't feel the need to be hostile to Natsuki. Which is, I don't know, I just find that very interesting. And like, even promising to buy her manga, it's like, stepping out of her comfort zone there. Even though Natsuki just laughs it off, it's, more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, so I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? And that's interesting right there. Like, Monica just sort of ducked out for a bit and didn't immediately respond when they called her name. Wonder what was Monica doing in that moment. Yeah, that's wonderful. Why is she looking so distracted? What's up with that? It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. What do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. And this is the same dialogue as before. So yeah, so there's some interesting changes, or I don't know, maybe they're not that interesting. They're interesting to me. Some subtle differences between the Yuri and Natsuki routes in Act 2. And this is copy-paste from the day 3, for the most part. It's really all copy-paste. This, oh look, our 4th club member? Hi, well, Sarah. Oh, yeah. Well, there'd be their 5th club member then. And then this is the same, and after this it changes. Wait. How did I... Sorry. I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we start spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them, but expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me, so I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. This is a lot of insight into Yuri's character right here. This is also very interesting. Some backstory. Presumably, this bit of backstory applies to the Act 1 version of her as well. It's the most Yuri thing that she says here. I mean, she's yeah. Her tendency to get intense, like scaring people away, and so she just ended up withdrawing from everyone. This bit of dialogue informed a lot of her character in Storm when I was writing it, incidentally, and it sort of fed into the conversation between Yuri and Natsuki that I wrote for the mall scene. But anyway, I digress. Moving on. But recently something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy, like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Oh, music stopped. but yeah, this here sort of feeds into the horror of what's happening to Yuri. That she's like she knows something's wrong, but she doesn't know what or why. And it's that whole horror of like losing her mind. Anyway, Trimis, is it just me, or has Monica been acting a little off lately? Yeah, and see, like, both Yuri and Natsuki are sort of catching on to the fact that something's wrong with Monica. You know, like, they may not have the same self-awareness in the sense of being aware it's a game, but they know something's up. They know there's something going on with her. Even if they don't know that she's responsible, they at least know she knows more than she's letting on. She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Oh, those eyes. Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. Oh, did her eyes just flash there? There's imagination. Oh, and you can see Monica starting to fade in. Yeah, her eyes did flash. You can just subtly see the faint, wispy outline of Monica there. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. Yeah, Monica's becoming clearer and clearer now. I make sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want to get them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. That's another thing that I utilized it a lot in the Storm. Like, she anthropomorphizes her knives. She's saying she doesn't want them to get lonely. But also that line, nobody deserves to be lonely, it just also, it informs a lot of her personality and motivations. Like, she's scared of being alone, even as much as she tries to, push people away. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Tormuse. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore, because we have each other every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore, not to mention that other pathetic child. Did she forget Natsuki's name? That also, that's also something I put in Storm. We can walk home together every day after school, and read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? Monica's making it hard to read now. It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Tormuse? Will you... She's fading in slowly. Mm-hmm. And there's Natsuki. she's already gonna be like full on hating me, but she's still gonna show her poem because this is that poem, her cry for help poem. I'm not going to read another one of your Yuri Sucka poems. I'm still going to make you read mine. There's a reason. I really wish I didn't have to do this, but unfortunately I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. And it's the cry for help poem again. And then she's going to go into just Monica mode. Change your mind. Can you hear me? Oh yeah, and she also said, "Can you hear me?" Just like Monica did, but presumably this is Monica putting words in her mouth. Just Monica, just Monica. Just Monica. Do next. Going to Yuri. Finally. Yes. Sure, I don't care. Yeah, this is the same. I think this is all the same. Yep. This is the same as before. And there's the T not T poem. And she's gonna vomit, and she runs away. And then Monica. Don't say I didn't warn you, Tormuse. So ominous. This means she didn't do the glitched out poem this time, curiously. Yeah, it's just the "Can you hear me" special poem again. Darn it, I still feel cheated. I figure the suspicions gets over with. Jeez, why is it so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Yeah, in the Natsuki root version, she didn't say that. It was just a ... right there. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Natsuki, I was thinking, I want to make cupcakes. And that's actually cute. I mean, in the Natsuki version, Monica just makes this really passive-aggressive remark. Natsuki, make cupcakes. I know you're at least good enough to do that. And then Natsuki doesn't say anything in response. Glad we're on the same page. Yuriken doesn't matter. Not useless. There you see, it's a great idea. So it's awesome thing to do. What about Tormuse? Wait, you have the easiest job. And the rest of this is the same. But yeah. So if I just choose Monica directly, then you just go straight into this. Yay, you picked me. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. And everyone's mad. This is all the same. Yeah. Mostly just wanted to see the changes in the way Natsuki's treated. It's I don't know. I just think it's an interesting touch. It's. I mean, there's a running theme in all of DDLC of choice, or the lack of choice, or the illusion of choice. It really is. It's a running theme through everything. Like, Sayori dies no matter what you do, they play on this theme of choice again here. Like, if you choose Natsuki, then Natsuki suffers more. But if you choose the Yuri route, then everyone's nicer to Natsuki. Like, both Yuri and Monica are nicer to her. So yeah, it's kind of mean of Monica to be, less nice towards Natsuki in the Natsuki. Really, I mean, Yuri's just doing it because of, brain damage or programming damage, I guess. But whatever. Anyway, moving on. Finally, this is really all I wanted. Tremuse, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. Like how horrific this track is, yeah. It's kind of an unsettling music track. The heavy breathing and laughing at this, it's supposed to be right here. Yeah. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Tormuse. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Tormuse, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. Yeah, it's Here's the peak of how unhinged Yuri is, that she would say something like that, like it's a romantic thing, with no apparent realization that it's a creepy thing to say, or alarming thing to say. Anyway, I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Tormuse. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Yeah, and it doesn't matter which option you choose. She has the same reaction either way. Can I save it? I can't. Pushing escape doesn't do anything. Oh well. Here we go. Into Act 3. Poor Yuri. Yeah. There goes Yuri. And there's just glitch text forever. If I pull up history. Oh, here you go. Welcome to the Leisure Club. It's always been a dream of mine to make something special out of the things I love. You're a club member. You can help me make that dream come true in this cute game. Every day is full of chit-chat and fun activities with all my adorable and unique club members. This is copy-paste from their store page. Sayori, the youthful bundle of sunshine who values happiness the most. Natsuki, the deceivingly cute girl who packs an assertive punch. Yuri, the timid and mysterious one who finds comfort in the world of books. And of course, Monica, the leader of the club. That's me. I'm super excited for you to make friends with everyone and help the literature club become a more intimate place for all my members. But I can tell already that you're a sweetheart. Will you promise to spend the most time with me? Welcome to the literature club. It's exact identical copy paste. Everything's the same, and at the bottom is, will you promise to spend the most time with me? Will you promise to spend the most time with me? Will you promise to spend the most time with me? Over and over and over and over again. And it says that anytime you bring up the history, it doesn't, this changes anything. So, yeah, this is a point where, yeah, if you try to reload, it just takes you back here again. Only it's later in the day. And you can reload again, and suddenly it's night. And it's the next day again, only she's decayed more. The blood is dried up. Rest in peace here, yeah. And you can also just skip it like this. And it's just, you know, it's weird, mixed feelings about this. I mean, it's like compared to the Sayori, Sayori's death scene is like super sad and tragic because it's more relatable. Okay, so that's 2 nights. So this is into the Sunday now, and now she's her dead body's no longer smiling, and like the lights left her eyes, and it's all blackened. But anyway, yeah. But with Yuri's death, and this is the Sunday night going into the Monday, so it'll be the day of the festival. Didn't Yuri say something extra if you said yes? No, it's the same thing. She laughs and then stabs herself either way. But yeah, I was gonna say, like Yuri's death is so ridiculously over the top that people, for the most part, don't have a reaction to it. Like, if you watch Let's Plays of the game, the original game, everyone freaks out at Sayori's death because it doesn't come completely out of nowhere, but at least it's grounded in reality. Whereas Yuri's death is just, she's so unhinged and so far gone, saying she's going to cut you open and pull your skin off and all that it's almost a relief when she kills herself, I guess. But I don't know, like, it's just, I mean, like on the one hand, it's sad to see her, you know, like her once beautiful mind so destroyed and shattered like that. But on the other hand, it's probably a relief to be free of that suffering for her. D King is a good addition, if I say so myself. Yeah. Yep. Incidentally, the music playing. This is an extra slowed down version of "Play with Me" song. If you speed it up, it's the normal song. Anyway, glitch text. All right, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me. Thought it was pretty. Yeah. Natsuki runs away. And that's kind of sad in itself too. Like, Natsuki was worried. Yeah, it's best not to think too much about it, but Natsuki, who wanted so badly to be friends with Yuri and was concerned for her and, you know, scared about her getting hurt and wanted her to get help, walks in and Yuri's dead. Like, you can only imagine what she's thinking. Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Terumi, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Here's Monica, like, asking, did anything happen again? Oh. Well, that's a shame. There's in my imagination, the expressions weren't the same as the original. I'm gonna have to double check that, but I remember her. She still had a sort of an angry look on her face when she said "oh" instead of. I don't know. That looked subtly different. But yeah, like that sort of reaction. Well, that's a shame. You know, just she's laughing, and again, this is a reflection of Monica's sociopathic tendencies. Like, I know from her perspective, she realizes it's just a game and it's not real, but it's still not really a normal reaction to seeing someone violently killed like that. Like these next lines here. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Tormuse? Oh, geez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. Like this here. It must have been pretty boring? Like, does she really think that anyone could look at that scene and say, oh wow, I'm bored? You know? It just shows how detached Monica has gotten. And, yeah, anyway. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Yuri character deleted successfully. Natsuki deleted successfully. And this is another thing that, like, in the Let's Players, they see this console open and it's like, what? She's just, now you're seeing her act directly, like Yuri deleted, and then everyone reacts more strongly when Natsuki's deleted than when Yuri's deleted. Because, like, Natsuki's the innocent one. She doesn't, well, I mean, I guess they're all innocent, really, but, like, we saw Yuri losing control and becoming violent and stuff, but Natsuki, like, it just feels extra tragic when she gets deleted. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Malka lifts the foil from his tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. Yeah, again, more of that sociopathic stuff, because she's standing over the body of one of her dead friends and eating cupcakes. Eating cupcakes made by another of her dead friends, no less. I mean, well, essentially dead because she's deleted. It's really morbid, it's really messed up, and she does it with a smile, you know? It's just, yeah, there's a lot to say about Monica's character. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Here's a real question, will you get the true ending? I should. I mean, oh hey, the Serenity Forge logo is broken too. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Tormuse. Welcome to the Literature Club. At this point, settings. Yeah, the text speed is fixed now. Even though it's cranked, it still goes slowly, which is a bit of a nuisance, but oh well. Does the history still work? Yeah, history still works. Oh, neat. It has this as part of the history too. And all the save games are gone, right? Yeah. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I love that. It's so ominous. Welcome to the Literature Club. Is it my imagination or the clouds different? Maybe it's my imagination. I don't know. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him, I'm talking to you, Tormuse. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yep, Monica bisexual confirmed. Or pansexual, I suppose. Doesn't care about gender. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Have you, Monica? Have you been trying to tell us? I mean, if you wanted to tell us, you would have just told us, I would think. But whatever. Man, if only you'd paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, so I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sari more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Tormuse? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Tormuse. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there, in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Tormuse. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand it for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Tormuse. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. Yeah, sure you did, Monica. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. It's all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Tormuse, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this from every day from now on? Tormuse, will you go out with me? There's only one option. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Tormuse. And the funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Tormuse. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. Kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Yeah, see, she really did consider killing herself. Monica has a strong stomach to eat in front of a 3-day-old corpse. Stench must be bad. Yeah, I thought of that too. You know, I mean, that's probably why Natsuki threw up. Like, the smell from a 3-day-old corpse. Like, dead bodies decompose quickly. sorry, this is terribly morbid. It's kind of meat in general spoils spoils quickly. And yeah, a decomposing corpse smells very strongly, very bad. Not that I'm an expert in these things, but yeah, it's no surprise at all that Natsuki threw up. even if there probably wasn't even anything in her stomach. I mean, it came up kind of greenish looking, so it might be bile that she coughed up, which is, it's probably too much information. If you've thrown up so much that there's nothing left to throw up, you start coughing up bile, because that's which comes out of the gallbladder. Well, I mean, it comes from the liver, but it's concentrated in the gallbladder. It's a whole process in the digestive system. But anyway, it's green in color. So if you ever vomit and it comes out green, that's what it is. Anyway, with that gross point out of the way, let's move on. I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy way out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. Yeah, the other thing, like, Monica's someone who says, like, geez and gosh. So when she says "for God's sake" at the end of Act 2, it's already departure from character. Anyway, moving on. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? And poem game. One last time. Is this working? Did it just freeze? This is worrying. This is right after Monica's, I wonder if that part of the game still works. I'm like, I don't know, Monica. Monica. Monia? Quartera? I don't think it matters which one which word you choose. She isn't even jumping. Muik? Mosia? Monka? Moke? Ink? Monica? Moika? Money? Money? Do I get an achievement for that? I did notice there's... Aw, darn. There you go. Yeah, achievement unlocked. Perfect Monica. That's funny. Hi again, Tormuse. That's where it's... Oh. That's curious. The YouTube chat kind of glitched out there. Looks there were a whole pile of... I saw like something lit up, like there was a chat message appearing there, and I looked and there wasn't. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there are a whole bunch of messages I didn't read. Sorry. They look different because of the upscaling. I don't know. And Lila's here. Hey, welcome. Hey, welcome to the stream. We're just in Act 3 of DDLC Plus. It creates a situation of toxic dependency ASMR. That's funny. Yeah, it really is toxic dependency, isn't it? It's like even if it was a real thing, like I don't know, you can't form a romantic relationship based on one person being completely dependent on the other. Hypocritical to call the others autonomous personalities designed to fall in love with you. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh no, she's kind of the same. It's just, yeah. Well, I'll get more into that later. Yeah, it's definitely an aspect of her character. Let's be thankful that it wasn't the whole summer they were locked in for. Alongside her inner moral struggle to rationalize her terrible deeds, like when she dehumanizes her clubmates, it's more like she's trying to convince herself that what she's saying is true. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that in here. I think she's Yeah, she's really deluding herself. She's had to give herself that self-talk. Like they're not real. They're not real. It's okay. They're not real. I just have to keep reminding myself. She's like her saying it to you is as much to convince herself as it is to convince you. I think, you know, that's how I interpret it anyway. He's first for meeting Nicole for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Takes a vital low 10 amazing poem. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hi again, Tormuse. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Tormuse. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. World of infinite choices, that's a phrase used in the song Your Reality. Yeah, there's Monka's love poem. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. If that's true, then why did she make those remarks about, oh, you didn't figure out that I knew this was a game? Anyway. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game, like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you prefer playing without me. There she is. She's dropped the first hint that that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, in case you hadn't already figured it out when she deleted Yuri and Natsuki and talked about it. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. So there's Monica knows deep down, even though they aren't real, she cares deeply about them, and having them die accidentally has affected her. Yeah, I definitely think there is a lot of that, which you'll see more of later after you actually delete the Monka's file. I'm not going to delete it yet. I'm gonna go through some more of her dialogue. I still want to see the OBS jump scare. But yeah, which kind of makes it a little tragic that in the mod Monica After Story is like this perpetually forever. You're stuck in Act 3, and you're stuck with the Monica who hasn't learned to regret her actions yet, and who still believes that the others aren't real and aren't worthy of consideration. And they're not real, but she doesn't. She's still living in denial about her guilt and all of that. Anyway, moving on. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Tormuse? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. Oh, here it comes. You're recording this, aren't you? Hi everyone. Monka says hi, guys. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? Sorry, Monica. But you did say you're always listening and all that, so. Anyway, I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you gave me some more time to... if you gave me some more time to prepare... Did I scare you? It's adorable. You're so cute. Anyway, Tormuse, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me, shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun, as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Yeah, and this is here's the inspiration for Monica After Story, which is seen a lot of updates over the years, and still continues to get updated regularly. It's a pretty impressively put together mod. I played it once fairly early on in the design process. Apparently there are all kinds of new features in it now. Oh, here we go, more dialogue. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. Sorry, it just occurred to me. This reminds me, there was, you know what? I think, shoot, I need to review the recording, but I think some of Monica's dialogue got changed here. Shoot. There's supposed to be a point where she makes a comment about how she said that it's a game on the store page, which I don't know, maybe Dan Salvato changed that line because the whole concept of Monica having access to the internet probably opens up a whole can of worms in terms of world building. Maybe you just decide to get rid of that whole notion. And besides, this new version, DDLC Plus, is going to be going. It's not just going to be PC. It's going to be on various consoles like a Switch and so on. So, excuse me. You probably didn't want to. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting change. I wonder if she's still going to mention her Twitter account. Anyway, it's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites, and before you know it, hours have gone by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. Yeah, I'm in this picture and I don't like it. It's true though. I mean, I don't. It's not so much. I mean, for me, it's not so much spending time on the internet. I like if it wasn't the internet, it would be something else. Like even if I'm just staring into space, like that's just part of my I don't know, ADD or something. I'm not sure what it is. It's easy to. I just find it really easy to waste time. Oh well, moving on. Easy to blame yourself for being lazy, but it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time, or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account in your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Hey, that's an idea. These are good. This is good advice, actually. Monica does give good, as much as she's a sociopath and so on. She does give it good advice in here. For me, like I like writing mods. I find lately I find I can only write when I'm away from my computer. Like I've been typing it into my phone. My phone's over there charging at the moment. Like if I'm sitting in front of my computer, it's so easy to get distracted. There's there's so many other things to do, like puttering around on the internet or playing games or whatever. It's part of why it took so long to make mods like Storm. Oops. Oh well. But yeah, getting away from the computer for a bit is helpful. This suggestion here, though, making a new user account on the computer, like presumably one that doesn't have my desktop as cluttered as it is, might be helpful. Yeah, neat idea. Good idea, Monica. Maybe I'll look into that. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Tormuse. Yeah. But yeah, those are good suggestions. I actually, yeah, like I said, I honestly do find it helpful to be away from my computer when I'm doing my writing. The coding part of it, though, like coding the mods, I have to be in front of my computer for that. That's a neat idea, actually. I might just do that. I might make another user account and then just log into that anytime I need to work on the mod. I don't know. Might be worth a try. Anyway, moving on. You know, this is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? I kind of have to ask, what made you consider even playing this in the first place? Were you that lonely? Dating simulators, in all honesty, dating simulators are not my thing at all. I'd never played one before this, and I only did because of the promises of psychological horror and how widely the game was talked up, and the fact that it was free. This isn't my thing at all. But yeah, I didn't realize what I was getting sucked into. I feel a little bad for you, but I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you, and you're not lonely anymore. I can't help but feel like this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? I'm so happy we have this ending together. Yeah. Oh, imagine if Fresh Faces playing this game and a Monica profile popped up in the channel. Yeah. That's happened. I mean, people have played that sort of practical joke, like people who had previous experience playing the game, watch people streaming it and did just that. There's a YouTube clip, or it was a Twitch clip, of someone playing, and somebody created a profile named Just Monica and made a donation just right at the Just Monica part, just so that the Just Monica would appear on the screen. It was a well-timed gag. Anyway, moving on. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as a superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? Yeah, this is another thing. It's kind of a problem throughout society, really. I think. I mean, personally, I'm of the opinion it's possible to like something and be critical of it at the same time. It's possible to appreciate the good and bad sides of things, and nothing's perfect. But a lot of people don't realize that, and yeah, people feel personally attacked if someone expresses a differing opinion. And it's kind of like, I don't know, from my perspective, I'm kind of like, get over it. It's normal for different people to like different things. It's okay that they didn't like the thing that you like, whatever. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing with. It's a lot of things. It's like like people saying they're vegetarian, for instance. a lot of people feel personally attacked if someone says they're vegetarian, even if they don't, because it's like some people see it as like the existence of a vegetarian means that, oh, that must mean I'm doing it wrong if I'm not a vegetarian, like, and they get defensive about it. I don't know, it's just a kind of a weird quirk in the way a lot of people act. Anyway, moving on. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. That's a really important point. Sorry, I'm going on massive tangents, but like I said, she's raising good points. Despite the fact that Monica's kind of messed up, she does have some thoughtful things to say. And really, I think this is really just Dan Salvato using Monica as his mouthpiece for expressing ideas that he wants to express about how society should function. But sorry, yeah, my the YouTube chat did the thing again. Description references removed. Yeah, Monica does a lot of good advice. Same here. Dating sims aren't my thing, though I do like the other non-dating sim VNs like Ace Attorney. I haven't played Ace Attorney, but I hear good things about it. It looks like a cool game. I think I'll try it someday. So it says, I'd actually make a new account and just mess with people. Yeah. You wouldn't be the first. But anyway, yeah, I was going to make a comment on this. Once emotions enter the picture, that was one thing. Like back when I was in college, we took conflict resolution classes, and one of the things that stood out in my memory that I remember is that they always address the emotion before you address the issue. When people start getting emotional, they stop listening, and it's important to acknowledge the emotion. You have to say something like, I see that you're angry. It's a simple thing, but just acknowledging that, saying, I see that you're angry, it just that by itself helps to calm people down. I've used that in practice. Like I used to work in retail. I worked at Walmart for some years, and it works so well. You get an angry customer, you acknowledge that they're angry, and it really helps to calm them down. It works. It really works. But yeah, it's something you just sort of have to ingrain and get used to doing, because people want to feel heard. If you don't acknowledge how they feel, they don't feel heard. They don't, and they're less likely to listen to you in turn. It is important to address emotions, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, moving on. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. Bingo, yeah. This is another tactic that I use regularly. I try, if I get into an argument or discussion or something, I try to couch the things that I say as subjective sounding, as being opinions. Like, this is just my opinion, not, like, try to distance myself from any thing that might indicate that I think that my opinion is objective fact or something. Oh yeah, instantly, I mentioned earlier this song. Dun, 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 dun. This song right here is still. It still has elements of your reality. It has elements of that song in it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this is valuable advice here, I think. Make it clear that it's an opinion and not like you're stating an objective fact or anything like that. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say, I read on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Monica's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. Yeah. Yep. On that note, I need to use the washroom really quick, so I'm just gonna do one of these. I do want to read some more of these, but I'll be right back. And I'm back. And put that back. There we go. Someone says, is it speculated that Monica made the music? Monica made the music for the game. Huh, okay. How would that fit in the canon? Anyway, moving on. You know, high school is a really turbulent time in a lot of people's lives. People can get really passionate and dramatic, and others have aching hearts and seek attention on social media. But all the social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives. Everyone has a story. You may not know that's what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already given up on the inside. Their feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Yeah, this isn't always true, but I do kind of feel like this might be Dan projecting a bit. Like that word worthless. Sayori uses the word worthless to describe herself a lot, and the fact that Monica is parodying that and using the word worthless again, it kind of makes me wonder about Dan a bit. Like I get the definite feeling that Dan feels worthless, which is kind of sad. Dan Salvato. Yeah, I mean that probably affected to his ability to get things done, like on the Project Libitina front and all that. I wonder if he still intends to release that, if he intends to still work on it and stuff. I mean, he put all the ARG stuff out there for it. It was allegedly supposed to come out in 2018, or so the theories go, or so the information leads people to believe. But I don't know. Yeah, poor Dan. Anyway. Oh, Kenji Cat says, I think Monica didn't make the music aside from your reality, but the constant presence of the piano and the leitmotif of your reality is instead just a way to represent her knowledge. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just, if you think you know someone struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. And remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, letting them borrow something, or even just saying, see you at school tomorrow. All of those things can help your friend make it to the next day. Yeah. At this point, she's kind of moved beyond just talking about depression. She's talking about suicidal impulses. But yeah, making plans for the next day is like seeing a suicidal person make plans for the future is a positive sign in itself. And yeah, like what I was getting at earlier, like talking about the feeling of worthlessness. I mean, like yeah, that's one form for depression to take. But it comes in many forms. There is the main thing with depression, speaking as a sufferer of depression and also someone who's like read self-help books on it and stuff. Basically, what depression is, it's a lot of meta stuff in this game. Yeah, no kidding. Depression it's a feedback loop in the brain. I mean, you hear people talk about a chemical imbalance in the brain, which it's accurate to a point, but like a feedback loop, I think, is a more accurate description of it. Negative thoughts and feelings feed themselves the more you let them go around and around in your head. Yeah, the books that I've read on the subject, and this is all stuff I talked about in Sayori Says No to Suicide, my second mod. Negative thoughts and feelings, they feed themselves. They make themselves worse. Like if feeling sad, dwelling on the feeling of sadness makes you sadder. It's the same with any negative emotion. Like I think everyone's had a situation where something made them angry, and the more they think about it, the angrier it makes them. Or something scares you, or like especially like something coming up is making you anxious, and the more you think about it, the more anxious you get. It's like it's a real phenomenon. Like it happens with any like negative. I suppose I might work with positive emotions too, but certainly negative emotions. They reinforce themselves the more you dwell on them. And so yeah, things like this. Treat them like a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. What Monica is getting at here is distract them from those bad feelings. Don't let them dwell on them. Because like for a depressed person, the worst thing you can do is sit by yourself and let those feelings go round and round and round in your head and make themselves worse. You need to find ways to break that cycle. You need to distract them from those feelings. Yeah, like even as playing, watching a show that you enjoy or playing a game you enjoy. My escape is in video games. Like I don't even. This is going to sound bad. I don't even necessarily play games because I enjoy them, but just to numb the pain, of depression. Like, I play them as a distraction, so I feel nothing, rather than because it makes me happy. That's not always the case. I mean, there are games that I do genuinely enjoy. Some that are a lot of fun. But a lot of the times, like when I'm in the depths of depression, I need some kind of escape. I need something to distract my thoughts, because it's really easy for them to spiral out of control. Kenji Cat says, I think this one was changed to be more positive towards depression / getting mental help. Since the original dialogue had a harsh message, I don't think Dan intended, if I recall correctly. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to check that and compare it. That's interesting. It would not surprise me in the slightest if there are a lot of changes in this, because Dan, when he wrote this originally, he did not expect it to have such a wide reach. I mean, wide is relative. I mean, it's been seen by, like, the game itself. I guess it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say it's been seen by millions of people at this point. But I mean, that's still, like, you know, less than 1% of the general population of the world. Like, if you go up to the average person in the street, they're not even going to know what a visual novel is, let alone know what DDLC is. But it's still, like, it's still a niche genre, niche hobby, I guess. But even for that, this is like one of the more well-known visual novels, like, in the world at this point. And Dan did not expect it to take off like this. So there are probably a lot of things that there are probably a number of things in this section which he would have liked to have done better. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me if the previous version had harsher messages than he intended. I know certainly, like, in his streams when he talked about reception to his game and his reactions to watching people do Let's Plays, like, he saw some reactions that he didn't expect, he didn't anticipate, and, you know, he saw some things that he wished he'd done differently after seeing how people react to them. Like for instance, the Siri getting hit by the cookie, the whap out of nowhere. That's something he clearly decided to change. Anyway, moving on. I hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true face of depression. Yeah, she's gone now, but Sayori was never real in the first place. You're real. Your friends are real. And just by being a good person, you can save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? Because you, too, have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to. But people do feel that way. I promise. Man, humans are complicated. But as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, my love. Yeah. Yeah, GTC is insanely clever. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to comment on was, as much as Monica professes to be the one real person in the game while everyone else is fake, this really does feel like she accuses them of just mindlessly throwing themselves at MC and confessing her loves to him. But here she's doing the same thing. She's seen also, like, mindlessly throwing herself at the player, regardless of anything about them. Like, it doesn't even matter what choices you make. You always end up with her, quote unquote, falling in love with you. And it kind of, to me at least, it reinforces the idea that she's not as self-aware as she lets on. She's not as self-aware as she thinks she is. Like, she has her own, you know, programming driving her to do things. The cookie money, her own programming driving her to you know, confess her love to the player, to the main character. Well, in her mind, she thinks that she thinks she's being higher-minded about it by mindlessly confessing to the player instead of mindlessly confessing to the main character. But it sort of comes out the same, and she doesn't see that. Oh well, moving on. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want than to be in the same room as you, for real, and to feel your warmth. and to hear the sound of your heartbeat, well, who knows? Maybe it'll be possible someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. Yeah. Yeah, Monica's, yeah. There's some other dialogue that feeds into that notion that she isn't really as aware as she thinks she is. So she makes a comment about Yuri being yonder. Maybe that'll come up. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on for the stream. I'm 2.5 hours in. I do want to get some more of, like, I'm probably not going to delete Monica this session. I do want to get more of this dialogue in, because this is good stuff. As much as Monica is kind of sociopathic and messed up, like, she does have some good things to say here. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, interesting. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. I don't think his dialogue was in the original. Ha. Ha. No, I'm sure that's something new that was added. Monica should be a virtual therapist. Yeah, well, I mean, she doesn't actually respond or react to anything you say or do, so a real therapist would be better. Someone who can help you be more constructive and stuff. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. Well, the modding community is taking care of that. There's lots of Monica outfits now. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Yeah, there's your uniform. She never wears anything but the uniform. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. Well, actually, there's now official art with Monica and other things. I mean, you saw it in the game files before. Like, there's looks like Satchley did some stuff. Anyway, that would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. Oh, here we go. My username is LilMonix3. There you go. It isn't updated very often, but she actually does have a Twitter. But and again, this, like I said, this sort of opens up a can of worms in terms of world building, because for how DDLC operates. Because it's like, wait a second, does that mean Monica has access to the real world internet? I don't know. I mean, because if that was true, then why does she still limit herself to this limited communication? I don't know. Oh well, moving on. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. Yeah. The Twitter feed does still try not to let on anything about the horror aspects of the game. Dan does his best to not reveal any of the plot twists in or the meta commentary in any publicity kinds of things. Incidentally, this whole section with Monica, this is what really made me appreciate the game. You know, like I said before, if Sayori killing herself was the only plot twist, like, the game would have been really forgettable. It's this meta stuff. You know, Monica dealing with existential dread, like realizing that her world isn't real, and her desperation to reach out to the real world. I don't know, it just makes for a really compelling story, and I just find that whole thing interesting. I hope to explore that in my upcoming mod Turquoise, which been writing a fair bit. Yeah, on my phone. It was still charging in the corner over there. Yeah, I've been making some real progress on that. Hope. Yeah, I don't know. I hope to release that someday. Got a good chunk of it written. I know how, or at least I have a good idea how it's going to end. There's some in-between bits that I'm going to need to figure out and fill in. But, yeah, I really would like to get that done. I think it's got some good stuff in it. I do like to put a lot of autobiographical stuff in my mods. Stuff that I'm working through. I mean, that's what I find really cathartic in writing fiction personally, like being able to write about my experiences in fiction. You know, not that I have the same kind of existential dread that Monica does, but I don't know. It's just I just find it really interesting to work through some of those issues and talk about some of those issues through the characters in the game. Look at so many outfits. Also, Yuri wearing glasses is both cute and fitting for her. Yeah, true. Anyway, moving on. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me, like if you need to go out or take care of other things, but I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you can always keep a part of me with you. Oh dear. This line here just launched a lot of bad habits in the Monica After Story community. There are a lot of people who actually do that. Even though the character file is nothing. It's just a gimmick. It's just the content of the file doesn't actually mean anything. And if you like, the game checks if the file is there. Like if you delete it, then it detects, okay, the file is no longer there, and therefore, and then it moves the game forward. But other than that, like, yeah, the character file means nothing, and it's sort of a little silly for her to suggest taking it on putting on a flash drive. And it certainly isn't PG most of the time. Well, I don't know. I don't know about most of the time. I mean, depends where you look, really. I mean, the r/d. Sure, guys, can't wait. Thank you. Yeah, the r/DDLC. They're pretty good at keeping things PG. I mean, even the ones that advertise themselves as NSFW are like bathing suit pictures. But yeah, there's also some really racy content out there. Or more than racy content. If you look at different places. Yeah, but yeah, putting the character file on the flash drive, it's a bit of a weird thing. It's caught on in some circles. Some people do that. Oh well, you know, I mean, I try not to judge. It's just, I don't know. The Monica After Story community is just it feels a bit weird to me because it's they're hung up on Monica when at a point in her existence when her personality was frozen in a place of sociopathy, I guess. Like, she hasn't had her full character arc yet at this point, where she realizes how what a horrendous thing she did and regrets her actions. So, like, the Monica After Story community is still frozen in a place where she's okay with that stuff. And beyond that, well, I mean, I just feel weird about dating simulators in general. Let me just get past this dialogue option. I'll expand on that. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, it's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. Yeah. But yeah, like, dating simulators in general, they're kind of weird to me. Like, I don't want to be judgmental. I mean, people some people get something out of it. That's why they exist. Particularly amongst, teenagers, particularly amongst teenagers who might be like, either social outcasts or otherwise have some difficulty relating to the opposite sex, or relating to their gender of choice, I guess, or just relating to other people in general. I understand it. Like it fills a need for some people, but for me, it just feels really off. It feels weird to have this simulation, this situation where you have these interesting, well-rounded characters, and then you just say the right words, and suddenly they want you unconditionally. It makes them feel less well-rounded, I guess. It just feels off and weird to me. Okay, I'm rambling a lot, but just two quick examples. I was playing Stardew Valley, and which is a fun game. It's a game about you're building up a farm on in a small town, and there are a lot of very vivid characters you can talk to, engage in dialogue, and have cutscenes with them. That's one aspect of the gameplay. There's also just generally building up the farm, planting crops, selling them, making money so you can get more stuff. You can also you can craft stuff, and you can there's a mine you can go down into to fight monsters. So there's there's a combat aspect of it, there's a fishing mini game. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a real jack of all trades kind of game. They pack a lot into it, and there's also a romance option. Or if you have the right interactions with characters, you can have romance, you can get into a relationship, you can get married, and you can have move into a house together and have kids. And for me, playing that game, I did everything else. I built up the community center, I built up the farm, I built up I dug down to the bottommost layers of the mine in the dungeon, and to slay the monsters and get all that stuff there. But the romance part of it, I just didn't touch. I reached a point where that was the last thing left to do, and I was like, I have no interest in that. It just feels weird. I just push the right button, I give them the right gift or whatever, and suddenly they love me, and it's, I don't know, it just feels icky to me. I just when I got to the point where that was the only thing left to do, I just lost interest in the game. I just saw people put her file flash drive and tuck it into their pit. I saw an image. Someone said that they took Monica out to the playground to push her on the swing, and there's a picture of a flash drive sitting on a swing out in the playground. And it's kind of like, as a joke, that's a funny joke, but it kind of gets as a point where I don't know if they're joking. They might actually believe it's a romantic thing to do with Monica, and it's not, I don't know. Virtual girls tend to be a better option sometimes because they don't judge you, cheat on you, argue with you, or do anything bad that a real girl can do. It's not healthy, but it's just how people are. Oh yeah. I don't know. A lot of people want something that's predictable or controllable or whatever, because you can't necessarily predict or control what people in the real world are going to do. I don't know. I just generally I value having the opportunity to have a connection with a real person and talk to someone and getting to know someone, and not have it just be pre-programmed dialogue. You know, that's more interesting to me. Yeah, the other example I was going to give was Kadoa Shoujo, which is another free visual novel, which gets compared to, well, I don't know if I would say it gets compared to DDLC, but it came up a number of times. I tried it out, and I was okay with it for a little bit. It's a game which hits you hard in the feels, like really early on. But yeah, it is a dating simulator sort of thing. And I got to a point where I was at a decision where I was like, I don't know which way to go. And I made a comment about that I was afraid to continue the game because I didn't know what choice to make. And somebody asked, oh, are you trying to do the Hanako route? And as soon as she said that, I was like, you know what? All interest in playing the game just disappeared for me. Like, I was there to for the interesting story and the interesting characters, but as soon as you say, "Oh, are you trying for such and such somebody's route?" It's suddenly I just lost all interest in it. It was just because then it just feels icky. It's like I'm trying to. It just feels like I'm being manipulated. I think that's part of it. Like I'm trying to manipulate them into liking me. Which, I mean, I don't know, maybe arguably, maybe that's what everyone does in real life, but it just, yeah, it I don't know. I guess I would have felt better about it if I felt a little more removed from the main character, I guess. It wasn't. I think that's why I'm finding I really like writing the story. Like when I wrote Storm, I wrote from Yuri's point of view, or I'm writing Turquoise from Sayori's point of view. So even if there's romance happening in there, I feel a bit removed from the character, and it doesn't feel so much like I'm being icky and trying to be, you know, get with these fictional characters, you know, and manipulating them to doing whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have some weird hang-ups about that sort of thing. I mean, it's all fiction, so who cares? But even so, like I have my preferences. That's just how I feel about it. The whole concept of dating simulators is just really, really not my thing. Like at all. It's I just feel weird about the whole thing. DDLC is not my thing at all. Like I would not have gotten into this at all if I thought it was an ordinary dating sim. Like I played the game the first time specifically because I knew that it wasn't an ordinary dating sim. And in fact, like playing through Act 1 was just even doing it sitting at home alone, I found it embarrassing to be playing it at all. Yeah. So playing mods that move away from the dating simulator aspect of it tend to interest me more. That's probably part of why it's taken me so long to try out Blue Skies. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, it's your opinion on dating sims. Yep, that is indeed my opinion on dating sims. Anyway, moving right along. I'm going to do a few more of these, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream. We're at 2:45 in length of the stream so far. I guess I'll take us up to 3 hours. Maybe I'll try not to ramble so much. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Does it take place in Japan? I mean, I don't know what that 200 degrees Fahrenheit thing. There's also a reference. I think there was a reference to dollars at one point. Anyway. Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. Is this Dan, like, criticizing his own work here? It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. Oh, this is interesting here. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. Yeah, there's another, I know there's another dialogue option here. Well, dialogue option, it's, can't really call it an option if none of it's optional, but anyway. Identity crisis, memories are really hazy. Yeah, she does make a few comments about her memories, which raises so many questions about the world building. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. But yeah, like, here's some questions about the world building in this. Like, does Monica have memories outside of what happens in the actual game? Like, does she have memories of her childhood and so on? Like, some of these things that she's talking about sounds like she has actual experiences with things. I mean, I know the meta explanations because this is Dan speaking for her, but you know, I'm just trying to consider. Oh, hey, you got a newcomer, Monica Cult. Greetings, thank you for joining the stream. We're just in Act 3 of DDLC, and I'm just rambling to myself a lot. Because that's what I do. But yeah, I was gonna make a comment about that. Like, I want to finish what I was saying. Monica's whole backstory, or implied backstory, or for that matter, yeah, like, do things. Okay, like if as Monica says, none of this is real. It's just a game. But if that's the case, then doesn't that mean that the only things that happen are things that are shown on screen? Like, Monica has some dialogue about, I guess we haven't gotten into it yet. She makes comments about things that happened off screen, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, is there an actual game world within the game, like that where she's doing stuff behind the scenes and off camera, so to speak? I wonder. Anyway. Man, I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on, and after I worked so hard on it, presumably she's talking about Your Reality, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? No sense having any regrets. I already get to be here with you forever. Yeah. Yeah, there's some dialogue options in here. Like, there's one where she's talking about Sayori's suicide, like her last moments. And there's also some bit about Yuri and the wine incident. Those imply that things happened that weren't part of the game. Anyway, you know, it's funny, because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being a stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm, like, perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that, but being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? Yeah. And, this is interesting, like, the fact that she acknowledges gender roles is interesting to me. Like, I mean, it does suggest a bit of socially progressive personality in Monica. You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, this is something I feel strongly about. I mean, I think gender roles are bull crap. I think that everyone should do whatever, regardless of their gender. People should do whatever makes them happy, you know, within reason. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Monica being concerned about perpetuating gender roles is sort of interesting. It is an interesting insight into her character. Although I do kind of wonder if maybe this is still Dan speaking for her. Is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kind of cute to think about, though. Yeah. Yeah. So I tried to put some. Okay, she gets this good old Japanifornia, just like Ace Attorney. Funny. Yeah, I was gonna make a comment about like Monica being being a bit of the socially progressive sort. I tried to put that into my first mod, TLC, which I think fits her character. Some people didn't like that. Oh well. Moving right along. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college, I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. Yeah, that's you know, relatable. I mean, yeah, it is. Maybe it's too personal, but yeah, like I'd rather forget my high school days. Like that was just embarrassing. I was terribly socially awkward. I mean, yeah, and middle school too. I mean, pretty much my whole childhood, really. Just growing up as an undiagnosed autistic person, who was just different and weird and didn't know why. It is just yeah, there's just a lot there that I'd rather forget about. And yeah, and there's a lot to be said for living in the present and not thinking about the past. But it's so easy to it's so easy to dwell in the past and overly focus on stuff like that. Oh well. Yeah, but yeah, my college days were when I really felt like I could express myself more and form a new identity for myself. Because going to college, I was surrounded by people who didn't know me, so I could just redefine and reinvent a new me, basically, and that was nice. I have a mix of fond and unfond memories of college, really. Just for, you know, fond for the fact that I could make a new identity for myself and, you know, make some friends, even though I didn't really keep in touch with anyone in the long run. I mean, I did for a while, but yeah, you know, stuff happened, and then there's some negative stuff, but oh well. Yeah, the wine incident is something that a mod could explore, not as a joke or anything, but as a story plot. Yep. It just so happens that's going to be in Turquoise. I haven't written the scene yet, but I've got it all planned out. So I'm going to work that in there because Turquoise is going to be it is going to be going back to the formation of the club and the early days of the club before MC shows up. So yeah, with a lot of focus on Sayori and Monica's relationship and interaction. Hence the name turquoise, you know, because the blue-green. Anyway, I know this mod that have drunk Tokis are just messing around, but I don't think there's a mod that explores it as a plot point. I did see, okay, there is fan fiction which dwells takes that as a plot point. I believe Tactical Cupcakes, that like the Reddit username u/Tactical Cupcakes, that's her name. She wrote a series of fan fiction which includes the wine incident, and it's written from Yuri's perspective, and dealing with the whole fallout from that. There's also who was it? There was also a series. Someone made a webcomic series. It was called like Doki Doki Helpful Friends Club or something like that, and that was by, who was that by? It's also posted on Reddit. I'm drawing a blank on the name. It's embarrassing. I want to give credit. I can't remember their name. I'd have to look it up. And this trying to access the internet when I'm in the middle of streaming is kind of hopeless. It really makes my processor chug, so I'm not going to look for it right now. Bring wine to school has a few possible reasons behind it. Yeah, I mean, I touched on that in Storm. I just I just said, like, Yuri's just, you know, being socially awkward, and two, like, in some cultures, like, drinking wine isn't that big a deal. Like, people have a glass of wine with dinner, like, whatever, you know. The whole alcohol aspect of it isn't you know, treated like it's a big deal or anything. So so that's Randstrom. Thank you. That's who it was. The great fanfic writer in the community. Yes, yes. Randstrom is the author of the Helpful Friends Club. Yeah, good stuff in there. It was and Helpful Friends Club. They talk about the wine incident, and there was they gave Sayori a backstory that her parents are alcoholics, so that's as she kind of freaks out on Yuri for bringing wine in. But I don't know. I shouldn't go into it too much. I don't want to spoil it or anything. But it's a good series. The series got wrapped up a while ago, so you can read it in its entirety. It's not terribly long. It's good stuff. Yuri has a pet lizard. It's adorable. That's how you have story. Cool. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna read one more of these, and then I'm gonna exit and wrap up the stream shortly after that. All right, here we go. We just need to enjoy the present, nothing but the past, and that's really easy to do with you here. No, okay. All right, that's enough. Oh, hey, can I not bring up the menu? I was trying to push escape to bring. I guess there is no menu anymore. Because once you reach this point, anytime you start up the game, it just goes straight to Monica here. I probably just need to. Well, if I click the close button, I think it's gonna close everything. I wanted to exit out into the metaverse screen thing. Okay. Well, the next time our dialogue option pops up. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Okay. History, save game, game settings, exit DDLC, return. There's no main menu button anymore. Okay, so hopefully if I hit Any sanctions will be lost as you. Okay. I'm hoping I'll still be able to come back to that dialogue option later. I mostly just want to go back to the metaverse screen and see what new content got unlocked by getting this far. Now it's hanging again. Oh dear. Not responding. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus not responding. That's not good. Sandra says, speaking of writing, I need to get working on Fallen for You soon. Just need to do a lot of editing to have it work with the idea that I've got going on right now. Okay, cool. Okay, something... Yeah, it still says not responding. Okay, like the screen changed, that's a positive sign. It's just really chugging. It's really struggling for some reason. I don't know why. There's nothing else running. What's taking up all the processor bandwidth or whatever? Hell, maybe I should just leave it like this. I was planning to look at what got unlocked since the last time since the last session, but you know, whatever. Maybe it's just as well that I just end this for now, and I'll look at that at the beginning of the next session. Yeah. So thank you to everyone who joined me and listened to my my commentary and stuff. You know, good times. The whole Monica section. It's like it's the part of the game which made everything really interesting to me. Oh, here we go. New pictures. What do we got? So that'll be, yes, Monica's poem to the player in Act 3. Yeah. It officially, this is interesting. Team Salvato, it officially refers to it as Act 3. I don't think it's actually referred to in-game as Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. It's just, oh hey, this is neat. A poem from Monica distributed at special events in the past. Acquisition procedure acquire all of Monica's other poems. An electrical signal from some remote corner of my brain, connecting all kinds of circuits and nerves and chemicals in a web understood by nobody. The chemicals make my chest tingle around my beating heart. The nerves make my hand move, staining a dead tree with some dark substance. The ink reflects light into your glimmering eyes. Holding this paper is almost as though you were holding my hand which wrote it. Let our emotions stir together until our hearts beat in harmony, connected to each other. I feel electric. Huh. Staining a dead tree with some dark substance. Oh, okay. A dead tree meaning the paper, which is made from a tree, with the ink from the pen. So it's not like she's staining it with blood or something. Reflects light into your gleaming eyes. Yeah, it's a very poetic way of expressing that. That's cool. Anything else? Oh yes, of course. Monica CG. Just Monica. Yeah. Of course. I only got 2 of them. Anything else new here? No? Nothing? Nothing else? Okay. I'm guessing there's nothing... Oh, there's a new song here. There were only 12 here before, now there's a 13th one. I'll probably play those another time. So there's nothing new in the side stories, right? Okay. I did want to look in the files. Attributions. Oh, right. It's just the fonts and stuff. And traceback is just still... that's the same thing. The other files, like the one with the eyes and the "Can you hear me" and so on, are all yeah, just Monica. Oh, actually, I'm curious. Is there something new in the saves? Nothing. No saves. kernel. Yeah, I should. Well, I'll take a look. What is this? Note insecure directory.txt. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive. Plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have a proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula, what? Is this more world-building stuff? Communication, worry about the higher-ups. Like, okay, this isn't an actual document from Team Salvato here. Like, I mean, Team Salvato is just Dan himself. Plus a couple of artists that he's worked with, you know. Dan did everything himself, despite the fact that it's called Team Salvato. So this isn't an actual memo. I think this might be part of the ARG thing. Who are Rhea and Paula? Do I want to look at these? What is this? A whole bunch of empty subfolders. I don't know. Maybe I'll look through all those at another time. But yeah. Anyway. So I do hope to go through some more Monica dialogue. See if she has some more new options. Eventually I'll delete her and sort of move on with the game, and then we get to the side stories. But I am curious, because there's already demonstrably some new content there, so I do want to check that out. So yeah. So I'll probably, going forward, I'll probably in the next session I'll get onto Act 4, and maybe I'll start with the side stories. But yeah, this has gone on long enough for the moment, so I'm just gonna say